Hi guys, and welcome to today's video. Today's video is about pregnancy. So if you're not interested in pregnancy, thank you for stopping by, but it is totally fine if you want to skip this one out. Yeah. So as of right now, I am 12 weeks pregnant. I feel like I have gotten over the pregnant nausea hump. I am feeling pretty good. I'm almost in my second trimester now. And wow, I feel a lot better. So it does get better, but in this video, I want to give you guys 5 tips that really helped me get through those 12 weeks. Because when you're at week like 4 or 5, 12 weeks seems like very far away because you feel terrible. So these are tips that got me through it and kept me positive. Yeah, I don't know how I would have done it without knowing these things. So basically, every time I would try and look it up, it said, okay, how to get over the nausea, wait till 12 weeks. And that is just not helpful. That's not practical. I needed something I could do to make me feel better and allow me to function in everyday life. It's like I just couldn't do it. I was really struggling. So my symptoms were, I just felt nauseous. I would eat something and want to throw up. I had crazy fatigue. Like I could literally sleep all day and then sleep all night as well. And that is not like me at all. And it was kind of awful. Like when I was in the thick of it, where I was hungry, I was sleepy, I felt bad, nauseous. I was literally like, this is not fun. This is awful. And it made me sad that I felt that way because I was so excited to be pregnant. But I really needed help. I needed to know what to do. I needed a plan. So my husband and I decided to tell my family pretty early on in my pregnancy. I know some people don't feel comfortable doing that. I know some people tell their parents right away, right when they find out. But we kind of wanted to wait and tell them in person because I don't live right next to my parents. So I did wait and tell them in person, but looking back now, I'm like, I should have just told mom right away. I knew mom would be able to help me, and wow, she did. Literally the week that she was like giving me advice and telling me what to do and that sort of stuff, I was a changed woman. Like it was life-changing. So tip number 1, you gotta eat. No matter what it is, you gotta eat it. Only buy foods that sound good to you, otherwise you will not eat it. It was kind of crazy to me because I consider myself very healthy. I love healthy food. I would never go to like fast food or Taco Bell or McDonald's. And literally those first like few weeks where I didn't feel good, I felt like I couldn't cook. I was eating Taco Bell like every day. I mean, when I say every day, it was probably like twice a week, maybe 3 times a week, which is still kind of a lot. Like considering I never ate that before, or it was like once a month or whenever I was traveling, to eating it like that frequent, that was super weird to me. But you gotta find food that sounds good to you, and if you buy food like at the grocery store and eat it at home, you are gonna find better options than fast food. So one thing my mom really helped me do was she kind of set up something that I could eat for breakfast. It was like a good healthy, type of cereal that doesn't have too much sugar in it, because cereal and milk just sounded so good to me first thing in the morning. I know there's healthier options like eggs and stuff, but I had crazy food aversions. Egg was one of them. Even now, I can't really stand it. I'm kind of putting them in salads now with like ranch dressing, which is super good. But yeah, any type of scrambled egg, it just still sounds gross to me. So after I had my cereal, about an hour or so later, I would eat like a bagel. So it's about kind of spacing it out so that you're always kind of getting food in you. Even if you're not necessarily super hungry, you're still kind of fueling yourself while you feel like that nauseous and sick. Because as soon as I got hungry, I noticed that it was just like, I don't know. It's like I needed to lay down. I was sick. I wanted to throw up, blah, blah, blah. And so it's like I kind of had to feed myself so that I didn't get to that point to where I was hungry. And I was pretty good in the evenings. Like if it was like, if I'd eat dinner around 5 o'clock, I could eat a snack around 6 or 7 and then be good all night. It wasn't necessarily that. It was really in the mornings and kind of afternoon that I had to keep myself fed. Also saying with that, I would say get a wide variety of nutrients. So my mom, she bought me things like orange juice and different types of fruits. And so like right now plums are in season. She got me plums and nectarines and stuff like that to kind of get a wide variety of nutrients, because not only is that good for baby, it's also good for you and keeping yourself going. So I don't know, just keep that in mind whenever you're shopping for yourself. I will say I didn't eat a ton of vegetables, specifically raw vegetables. That was just too hard for me to digest. I would, let's say, throw it back out again, specifically carrots and just anything that was kind of heavy like that. I could eat it with dinner if it was well cooked, but yeah, I really mainly stuck with like fruits and kind of things that were easy to digest. Okay, tip number 2 was definitely sunlight, getting outside. So it's the summer right now. If it was the winter for you guys, I would say just suggest going for a walk outside, getting some sunlight. I would lay out for about 20 minutes just to get some vitamin D, get some sunlight on my skin. And even though I felt pretty bad, it's like I could just go outside and kind of bring like a cold drink. If you want to make like a smoothie and go outside and sit, I would do that a lot. And sometimes I'd make like a fake milkshake. It was really just like milk and ice and a little bit of chocolate syrup, and just like as a yummy treat. And I would go out there and drink that and just sit in the sun and kind of do that. And I don't know what it was, but it just made me feel good. It made me feel better. It gave me energy, because before, when you're dealing with that fatigue, you feel so trapped in your body and you're just, it is not fun. That fatigue is not fun. It's like borderline miserable. And I don't know, getting outside and getting that sunlight was something that really, really helped me. So tip number 3 is actually from my mom, and this has helped me the most. Like, total game changer for me, and it's all about changing your mindset. So this is a phase. Literally the first trimester is a phase. The second is a phase. The third. The whole pregnancy is a phase. Like, let's be real. You're not going to be pregnant forever. This is just a kind of harder season of your life, and your body's going to be going through different things that you got to get used to, that maybe you've done it before, maybe you've never done it before. But I certainly have never done this before. You're not going to be exactly like yourself before you were pregnant. You're not going to feel the same, have the same energy, that sort of stuff. You just have to take better care of yourself and really put yourself at a priority level, which, not that I don't put myself in a priority all the time, but it's really apparent because you have to make sure you're well fed and you're able to be okay. When I say that, I mean, like, for example, I was still like, I had a ton of fatigue. I could literally go to bed at probably 8 o'clock every single night. So if friends want to like hang out until 10 or 11, or people want to do that and I haven't eaten, I have to make sure that I'm like well fed, I'm getting enough rest, that sort of stuff. So it's making sure that you're okay and that you're eating enough and all of that good stuff. So it's really about prioritizing yourself and your health, and that's okay. You will get back to normal one day. And yeah, you have to prioritize yourself. Do a little self-care, maybe do a little facial, get your nails done, fix your hair nice. That sort of stuff really makes the biggest difference. After I looked at it like that, every symptom didn't seem as bad, because I was literally thinking, oh, I just need to eat a little bit more. Oh, I need to lay down and maybe watch TV and relax a bit. So it's every symptom that you have, you're like, oh, my body needs something. So when you think of it like that, it's really a beautiful thing, because your body is basically telling you what you need to do for it to nourish it and nourish baby. And when you think of it like that, it really does kind of change your mindset. Whereas before, I was always thinking like, oh, why don't I feel as good as I did before? I hated that. I'm tired and that sort of stuff. But it's like, no, you gotta take care of you. So tip number 4, this is pretty obvious, and I'm sure you've heard this everywhere. You gotta hydrate. So I wake up and I get a big glass of water that I drink in the mornings, and then I constantly fill that up throughout the day. Gotta stay hydrated. A lot of times different cravings and stuff could be that you're just really thirsty. So keep that in mind, stay hydrated, because that can really, if you wanna not feel good, be dehydrated. Sometimes I felt also that when I was drinking a lot of water, it's like I still didn't feel great. I still didn't feel hydrated. So adding things like electrolytes to that water, or buying water with added electrolytes. So like, I know I drank like the sport water a lot, but now I add stuff. Sometimes I'll add different juices to kind of like switch things up, and definitely add those electrolytes, because those will also make you feel so much better. Okay, and tip number 5 is every evening I go on a walk, and I cannot tell you how much of a difference this evening walk has been for me. So before I got pregnant, I worked out every day. I would do sort of like 30 minutes weight training and then 30 minutes cardio, 4 or 5 times a week. And when I got pregnant and I was nauseous, I didn't do any of it. I just felt horrible. So I probably did nothing for like 3 weeks. Like I would kind of walk around the house, but it was nothing really. Like it wasn't me exerting a lot of energy. And then, you know, when I went home, talked to my mom, blah, 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 she was like, you need to walk. If you walk and get your steps in, that'll A, prevent you from gaining like weight, which is important. You want to stay healthy. And B, it'll get your body moving, get you feeling good, getting you outside in the fresh air. You're getting some vitamin D. And see, I would usually do it in the evening, so you're getting that evening light, which gives you a lot of different benefits. So if I was going to go for a walk and I couldn't in the evening, I would definitely shoot for in the morning, so you get all of those red light benefits. But at the beginning, when I was super nauseous, I could not work out, but I could walk. Now, I would say at week 9, I got to where I could do some light weightlifting again. When I say lightweight, it's like 4-pound dumbbells, just doing different arm stuff. I have a kettlebell that I do different exercises with. Everything's not super intense, very light form of exercise. But I will say when I work out, I do feel a lot better. You just got to get over that hump where you're super fatigued, super hungry, blah, 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 super nauseous. When you get over that, and I feel like the reason I got over that is because I implemented all these things in my life. But when you get over that, you'll feel like working out again. And then when you work out, you feel really good again. So it's just like all these small changes that you can make the biggest difference. Like, I don't know, I'm looking back now. I still have 1 more week of my first trimester, but I'm looking back now and I'm so glad I have mom, that she could help me and tell me what to do, because I probably would have just stayed miserable for this entire time and struggled through it. But it's really about planning. You got to make sure you're fed. You got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of your health. You got to do the walks, the exercise, that sort of stuff. You got to stay hydrated. You got to eat plenty of fruit and get, you know, all those vitamins in there. Now I'm super, super craving just like a cold salad for lunch. So like that cold salad, I'll put like cheese in it and chicken and ranch dressing. Literally, I never ate ranch before, so that's like a weird thing that's come up for pregnancy. I always had like Italian or Caesar or like a vinaigrette. Now all I want now is ranch. Ranch dressing, which is what I liked as a little kid. So I think there's kind of like a weird childhood correlation, because I'm craving a lot of foods that like I had all the time as a kid. So I don't know, it's kind of funny. I hope this video helps you. I remember when I was going through it, I was looking up videos and stuff, what people did, and I really couldn't find anything that helped me a lot. If you're going through this journey as well, leave a comment down below of something you're doing to help you get through it, because let's be real, I need all the help I can get. This is my first baby. I don't know what I'm doing, but I do have a lot of help around here and a lot of support. And it's funny how like all these weird tips are what seems small can make the biggest difference. I got little Munchkin over here helping me out. She's so cute. Hello, hello, hello. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video and hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. Alrighty guys, I will see you all in the next one. Bye now.